love watching Death in Paradise. I don't know if you guys have watched that. It's so good. And the aesthetics are like perfect. It's always like tropical Caribbean sort of vibes, which is enjoyable to watch. I also like The Big Bang Theory, but if I'm in like a serious kind of mood, I love watching Stacey Dooley Investigates.
The Office, UK or US or anything Alan Partridge based, lovely stuff.
Gotta be Game of Thrones, Tyrion Lannister. A Lannister always pays his debts.
The Witcher, it's just not only season 1, absolutely fantastic series. I fully recommend it.
I don't know how to have one.
Violet Evergarden, it's a Japanese anime series on Netflix. It really got my waterworks going. It was a brilliant piece of work. The music, the storyline.
Has to be Friends, basically. Since I was about 11 or 12, I think just got into it and just find it absolutely hilarious. Chandler's my favourite character, if anybody wants to know that.
I do enjoy the Star Trek Picard stuff, big tricky, but I do like to go and binge back and watch on Star Trek Voyager.
It'd have to be the debate on Sky Sports. I think they have really good guests.
Probably Goals on Sunday.
It's got to be match of the day, hasn't it? Everyone's got to pick match of the day, surely.
Hands down match of the day. It's part of routine to watch it every weekend, especially when Newcastle win. It's always nice to watch the highlights back, even though you've probably seen them 50 times already on social media.
Newcastle Fans TV, duh.
I love a live game whilst doing other jobs around the house, like, writing an article or sometimes playing Football Manager.
Monday Night Football. I think it's the best football show going at the minute, and I think obviously the relationship between Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher, I think, just beats the rest.
Growing up, when there was only one, and it's still the best in my book, that's Match of the Day. The theme tune, everything, the fact that Newcastle are normally on last, que sera, I do prefer Match of the Day.
Alan Shearer for me is a huge reason why I support Newcastle United, so naturally he's my favourite football pundit, and I think he has great chemistry with Ian Wright.
Well, that's an easy one, me.
I like it when Shearer and Wright are together. Ian Wright and Alan Shearer. Just the laughs and the giggles, and they even make Gary Lineker look funny.
Shearer for obvious reasons, especially after a Newcastle win, like I said before, and Gary Neville as well. I think Neville's really good at making what seems to be complex very simplified.
Because he's not a pundit, but Peter Drury is by far my favourite football-related person. Brilliant commentator.
Gary Neville. Not a good co-commentator, however, his punditry, I think, is probably the best out there.
Has to be Shearer, doesn't it? The God. If I'm taking away from Newcastle stuff, I'd probably say Jamie Carragher. I think he very honest and he knows football like the back of his hand, has to be said.
There's only one, and he's God, and that is Alan Shearer. I think he talks a lot of sense, and I can't get away from the fact that he's a Newcastle God.
Fantasy football. So my fantasy Premier League team is the bane of my life. Like, it consumes me.
I have every match programme from every game I've been to. I have every ticket from every gig I've been to. I have every race card from every race meeting I've been to, so I'm a bit of a hoarder in that way.
I think I do like Gogglebox and First Dates. I don't know why, just something about those two Channel 4 programmes that I seem to enjoy.
Hollyoaks, for some reason last year I ended up watching it, and I don't know, it's just been one of them where it keeps you guessing on certain things.
I don't really have a guilty pleasure, I don't think.
I'm a huge fan of the Eurovision Song Contest. One of the things that I do is that I visit my best friend to watch it every year, and it's always the best night of the year, it really is.
I've gone with more musician types, and I've gone with Elton John. I just think his music's so underrated, and you know, I'm not into the like raggy music and all this, that and the other, but yeah, I'd have to say Elton John. I think he's really, really good and fantastic singer and songwriter as well sometimes.
I do like 90s and noughties, cheesy as you like, pop music. So yeah, if you see me go past in the car, like I'm today, or in the van, I've often got a bit of a 90s or early noughties belter bouncing out.
Doritos chili heatwave crisps with like vegan cheese, salsa, tomato, and some jalapenos. Not many jalapenos because I don't really like it too spicy.
Can't beat a good cake.
Ooh, once you pop, you can't stop. Pringles. Box of Pringles, boom, gone like that. Salt and vinegar. Or sour and cream.
I'll probably say a Whisper.
Biscuits. You bring the brisket tin out of work, it's brilliant.
Can't go wrong with Cadbury chocolate fingers. Honestly, I have one. I can never keep it at one. They are the best, really are.
Got a bit of a sweet tooth. Milky Way, the little chocolate bars. Don't know why, just do.
Oh, it's always been my Achilles heel. Every time you come to a diet or this, that, or the other, it's sandwich. I do love a sandwich any chance. I can go without, but like cake, like all that sort of stuff, I can go without. But when it comes to a snack, it's always got to be a sandwich, cheese preferably.
Indian every time, cracking.
Oh, it's got to be a good old greasy chippy, hasn't it? Chips or chip butty along the beach, sorted.
I'll probably go for Chinese over a chippy all day long.
It has to be the chippy all day long. You cannot beat a good fish and chips. No way.
Out of those, probably the chippy, definitely, but once in a while I do like to get a Domino's on special occasions.
Probably pizza. Do like a bit of pizza now and again.
Bill Withers, it's called Lovely Day, and it's like really uplifting. I can listen to it every morning. It's you know, it like, I think everyone knows it. When I wake up in the morning and the sunshine hits my eyes, it's a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day.
Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd.
Probably Oasis Wonderwall. Brilliant song, absolutely. When that comes on, I just zone out for 3 minutes, and I'm rocking now. Yeah, brilliant song.
I can listen to anything from Eminem, Queen, or Oasis. They're the main three I listen to on the regular.
Hypersonic Missiles by Sam Fender.
Oh, it all depends on my mood. I always change my opinion of that all the time. Probably Imagine Dragons, Birds, Zero. Yeah, some really good songs there.
It's tough. I'm going to go She's Electric by Oasis, and that is... I could have picked about 10, but I'll go with She's Electric.
My favourite song is, and I know Lee's going to come up with some sort of shock emoji, face, gif, whatever, meme. Girls Aloud, Call the Shots. There you go. Q Lee.
Vampire Weekend. I don't even need to hesitate in that answer because I've been following them for years and years and years, and because obviously I've been working abroad. They're an American band, by the way, like an indie rock American band.
Oh, where do I start? Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Radiohead, Editors. I could go on. Arcade Fire.
Don't necessarily have a favourite. When I was young, I used to have a massive crush on Britney Spears, but there we go.
Eminem, Queen, and Oasis. There's a couple of honourable mentions there, but I could go on about music all day. I love me music.
Could be Sam Fender, but I don't know. I have to say Billie Eilish is a bit of a guilty pleasure of mine.
Duncan Lawrence, and like I say, Imagine Dragons. Can't go wrong with those.
I think Queen are probably one of the best bands in the world, and some of the music that still get played now, and Freddie Mercury's been dead nearly, I think, over 25 years, or nearly 25 years, so that tells you how good their music is.
Queen, to U2, you know, I've got quite a varied taste. I even like S Club 7. I know, what can I say? Favourite band though, Girls Loud.
Cricket. When I was in India, I worked for ESPN, worked with Sean Tate, James Faulkner, Graham Swan. Graham Swan's actually a Newcastle fan. Do you guys know that? Rashid Khan, Heath Coppell, I got to interact with a lot because I had to interview him pre-match, post-match, and Diego Forlan and Cahill, David James, Phil Brown, Marco Materazzi.
Frankie Dettori, Dame Kelly Holmes, Nicky Butt in my local pub. That was a weird one.
Katy Perry, quite a big one, innit?
Filming the quick thoughts in the car park where I usually film, and John Hartson for some reason shouted us over. John Hartson, and my dad my dad's second team, Celtic, so he's always told us about John Hartson and like how good he was in Scotland.
Bournemouth away last year, met pretty much the whole Newcastle squad. Just say Miggy Almiron.
Probably Rachel Riley, Susie Denton, Nick Hewer from when I was a Countdown contestant. On Sky Sports News with Lee, however, we met Pete Graves and everyone else there.
My mate actually did an X Factor audition about 10 years ago now, nearly. And I met Dermot O'Leary, got a picture of him. So yeah, that was quite surreal. So I'd probably say Dermot O'Leary is probably the most famous person. I've met other people, but to actually have a chat with somebody as well, I'd probably say Dermot O'Leary.
Probably the most famous person that I've met, I was on the Big Breakfast with Kelly Brook. She asked us to go and do a skit with some of my mates, then came back out afterwards and we talked for a while. So I'd probably say Kelly Brook, but secondly after that, maybe Anna Konikova, the Russian tennis player.
Next.
So if we go on world rankings, then probably Chris Dobie. But there's Dave Pallett and Ricky Evans in there as well.
So I've got a few journalists, but probably will either be Super Mac, McDonald, or Hugo Viana.
Yeah, I don't have any famous people in my phone book.
It's Lee Lawler.
Alan Shearer, and that is no lie, it really isn't.
Has to be 40, he's talk sport now. I managed to get him on for the Crystal Palace game. I had a great discussion. If you haven't seen that video with me, 40 and Owen, I've got 40s of contact now.
Joe Allen and his phone number in my book. So yeah, I'd say Joe Allen, the former Newcastle United player.
The Last King of Scotland. I don't know if you guys have watched that. James McAvoy's in it. He does a brilliant job. Secondly, I'd say Inglourious Basterds. Quentin Tarantino is a genius. He actually stars in it. I'm not sure if many people know that. He's actually in the movie.
This is Spinal Tap. Lovely.
Run, Forrest Gump. What a film. What a film. If you haven't seen it, that's what you've got to do tonight. Watch that.
Avengers Endgame. I thought between Infinity War and Endgame, both of them were just fantastic storytelling from Marvel. I'd probably go with them too, because it's basically one film, but it's split up into two parts, isn't it?
Is Goal, the original one, not Goal 2.
Toy Story, I really like that series. Probably the third one is my favourite. You've got laughter, you've got tears at the end, and I really like my Disney.
Casino Royale, I like the Bond films, but Casino Royale I think it's one of the best, but I know people will say different ones, but yeah, I just love the storyline to go with it. I think it's really, really good.
Is Yippee-ki-yay! It's Die Hard. Love it. John McClane. I like blood and guts and all that sort of thing. So anything like that, action, love it.
Although I like a hot climate, I have to say that Ireland is my #1 holiday destination. And you can call me biased, I'm half Irish and a lot of my family are there, so going on holiday to Ireland for me is a totally different vibe and I love it.
Sorrento. Beautiful part of the world.
It'll either be between Miami or New York. I've been to New York twice. Miami's very nice, but I love New York. It's got to be New York every time.
But I'd love to go to Vietnam at some point. Obviously not now, because I would love to go to Vietnam at some point. That stems from the Top Gear episode where they used the bikes to go for Vietnam, and it just looks like such a beautiful country.
Anywhere in Spain, anywhere hot. That's your answer.
Well, I loved New York City when I went there with Lee in the summer last year. But for me personally, when I'm on my own, I really like my trips to London.
Lisbon. Love Portugal. Absolutely love Portugal. I think I could live there easily. The weather, just everything about Portugal is quite chilled out, and yeah, I thoroughly recommend it if you haven't been before.
Cyprus, I love it. I love the people. They were very, very kind. The weather was fantastic. The area was great. I remember the first time I went there, and some random gadget in a bar, it was a big Nikos Dabizas fan, was trying to buy me Newcastle shirt off that I was wearing at the time. But when I told him how much it cost in England, he sharp changed his tune on that one.
I'm going to say dogs, and big dogs as well. I like really, really big dogs because for me, when I get a dog, I haven't got a dog, when I get one, you know, I want to make good use of a big dog. I want him to walk me every day rather than the other way around.
Dogs.
Well, since my cat's just peed on my PlayStation and broke it, I'm going to choose dogs.
Now, I used to be a dog person all through my childhood. I had dogs at some point. I had 3 or 4 dogs throughout my childhood. But now I've got 5 cats. So I think it's been well and truly turned. Just in my opinion, I know people love their dogs, but cats are just so much smarter.
I'm a dog guy.
Dogs, definitely. I really cannot stand cats. Oh, I hate them.
I've got a cat, so I'm going to say cats. But I'm fine with dogs as well.
I'm not really an animal lover, so neither really. But I mean, as a kid, we had a dog. I always had Labradors. So I'd say slightly a dog, but I'm not really fussed myself.
That's a no-brainer. I love hot weather, so it's going to have to be summer.
Definitely winter. That's a lie, actually. No, summer, every time.
It has to be summer. Anybody who likes winter, in the head.
The World Cup a couple of years ago is a perfect example of how good a summer can be. So yeah, summer all day.
I am a winter person.
Summer, without doubt. Warmth, sunshine, cricket, can't beat it.
Probably be a bit different here. I like the winter. Always have done, always will do. I don't know. I love the summer, but I don't know. I think it's more to do with Christmas. I love Christmas. It's probably my favourite time of year. So I'd probably say winter, was just obviously with New Year as well. It's just the build up to everything. So I'd probably say winter.
What's the love about winter? Grey, dark, miserable, snowing or ice. I mean, I once fell over and knocked myself totally unconscious whilst I was at work. So I would probably say, yeah, definitely say summer.
So I don't actually drink alcohol. So my favourite drink is fresh coconut water. And when I was in India, I would have that daily. You could
Easy. Thatcher's cider. Thatcher's cider. Thatcher's cider. Thatcher's cider.
Probably a soft beer. Quite like Coors. Quite like Foster's. Very similar taste, yeah.
I love Pepsi Max or Dr. Pepper. They're the main two for me.
Vodka and Red Bull. However, if soft drink, Coke.
Depends on my mood, but I do like an alcohol-free old malt cider.
Guinness. Pint of Guinness, that'll do me. Very easy. Very, very easy. None of this non-alcoholic stuff.
I do like the girly drinks, UKDs, blues, stuff like that. But I'll drink more stuff. Why not? Life's too short. Life is too short.
Twitter, because I feel like on Twitter I interact and engage with all sorts of people. They have interesting things to say, or they have great banter, or they create really funny football memes, and I'm a sucker for football memes. I love it.
Twitter. That's why I'm Twitter admin.
Quite enjoy Twitter. I helped Sam run that. Quite enjoy Instagram as well. Facebook's alright, but don't really go on that as much nowadays.
But if you don't follow, we're on Facebook, it's well worth a follow. Loads of stuff Newcastle United. In fact, I'd go as much to say you don't need to follow any other page on Facebook Newcastle related, because we've got all bases covered.
Now, anybody who follows me on Twitter will know that I'm on there non-stop all day, so the answer is Twitter.
Facebook, straightforward, that one.
I think the best one's probably Instagram. I think you don't get battered as much. And obviously you can put good pictures on as well, so obviously follow Newcastle Fans TV on Instagram if you haven't done so already, so yeah.
The reason I went vegan was I love animals. I love animals so much, and I just didn't want anyone to die for the sake of my diet. I just didn't want to support industries that thrive off that, that thrive off animal abuse. It didn't seem right.
I once did darts calling / MCing for County Darts for Shropshire one weekend. So, the guy standing at the microphone at the side of the stage calling the scores and, yeah, all that. I did that.
I've been a vegetarian for it's got to be about 26 years now, since I was a wee little one. Just didn't like it. Just didn't eat flesh when I was a kid and don't like it. I've been that way ever since.
I'm an avid gamer. I've played games all my life. I'm a massive fan of the FIFA series. Maybe not so in the past couple of years, but love me games. Two top games of all time: Halo 2 and The Witcher 3.
I have a family who live in the northeast, and when I come up to games, I stay with them.
I've actually played on St James's Park 3 times, and I've scored at the Gallagher as well. That was just a dream of mine. So one of my friends managed to help me out a couple of years ago. So yeah, I managed to play on the pitch a few times now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to play this year, but we'll have to wait and see.
Worked as a behaviour lead and a nurture teacher for many years, 12 years. I've got degrees, qualifications in that, done that a long time, but I've now got my own business as well that maybe not everybody knows as well. So yeah, there's something that maybe people don't know.
So I follow cricket and I love the IPL. It's such an intense, short period of the year that collects and gathers all the cricketing icons from all over the world in one place. It's a brilliant tournament. If you don't follow it, you should.
Love sport. The main other two aside from football are horse racing and darts, but I'll watch anything: cricket, rugby union, golf, the majors, Ryder Cup, that kind of stuff. Tennis. Yeah, I'll watch pretty much anything.
I used to be heavily into Formula 1 when I was little, but it's just football. It's football. That's all I watch. That's all that's on my telly. That's all I record. Yeah, all on demand. Everything's football.
I love me sport, to be honest. I watch American football. Philadelphia Eagles is the #1 team. For me, that's the team I support. Darts, I like me darts. Formula 1, I love me Formula 1.
I don't watch any other sport. Football is the only sport for me. Mind you, when Wimbledon's on, you might watch me watch a bit of tennis.
Cricket and rugby mainly. I do try and keep an interest of as much as I can, being a sports journalist. But yeah, cricket and rugby league are certainly my main ones.
I like cricket, same as Rob. I know he loves his cricket. Darts, I'm sure probably been mentioned, and I also like snooker. And occasionally, if I'm off work, I'll try and watch the F1 if I can do as well.
This is the thing. I am football obsessed. Even like games and stuff I play, computer games and stuff. It's always generally Football Manager. It's all around football. Watch football on TV. As I touched on it before, I used to go to tennis every year with my mates before it became ridiculously expensive, and I enjoyed tennis as well. But for me, it's football, and football.
The Vice YouTube channel for years, and I love the content they create. They cover really groundbreaking global issues, so that watching them regularly really inspire me to just improve my awareness of what is going on.
Newcastle Fans TV, of course. Yeah, every time. That's why I wanted to join.
A lot of things I subscribe to: Sky Sports, BT Sport, like football channels globally. But I've said this before, but the Red Men TV inspire me. How they make fantastic content, genuine lads. Love their way they sit on the sofa and just chat. They inspire me to make Newcastle Fans TV better.
True, Geordie, before you started doing these podcasts, I'd say that was the big inspiration. Because when I do my quick thoughts, I wouldn't say I try and copy him, but the way he used to review a game was absolutely brilliant. Will and E, the Sidemen, KSI mostly.
I just sort of watch what comes up on my recommended, but Home of Football does a few compilations. I like to watch them.
Football related, probably HITC Sport. I often watch that when I'm doing my breathing exercises. Non-sporty related though, I'd say Thomas Sanders.
Simon Wilson, if you haven't watched his vlogs, really good. Goes around the world, just does some different challenges, and he's really fascinating on his life. But if you're going for probably people that I look up to, I'd probably say Redmen TV. Done a video with them, and I still watch their stuff to this day, and fantastic to work with them and collab with them in the summer as well when we did the videos. Actually on my birthday.
do like to watch Arsenal Fans TV, if just for the comedy, the kick-offs, the disagreements, like the Blood Brothers and stuff like that they do, the spin-off series I like to see, behind the scenes and that sort of thing. So yeah, that sometimes gives me inspiration for stuff that I would do on Newcastle Fans TV.
Now I'm back in the UK and I've obviously started football coaching, which is a lot of fun and very, very rewarding. If I was to reflect on all of that now, I'd say that if I could combine football with children, with social causes, and just combine them into, and creating content, that would be my dream job. That actually would be my dream job.
Covering Newcastle United for a living. What a living that must be. Oh, getting paid to watch Newcastle, which probably is arduous at times, but still. Oh, that's the dream.
Covering Newcastle United, I think everyone would say that, to follow in the tune and be paid for it. However, it's your dream job, surely.
Social media management is something I really enjoy, very similar to what I do on Newcastle Fans TV, run and help the social media grow. I'd probably say that.
Would be that of Newcastle United's Twitter admin. That is my dream job. I'd love to just manage our Newcastle's social media accounts. Sounds boring, but yeah, it's a dream job of mine.
My dream job would be to be able to make a living out of football commentating.
Sports presenter on TV, probably basically what Pete Graves does. That's probably the dream goal for me, to probably work for a big company like a Sky or a BBC or BT Sports, something like that.
It would be Newcastle manager. I would love to sit in that seat and make the decisions. There's many of a time when I'm in them stands and it's not going great at half time and whatever, that I would give anything just to go into that dressing room and speak a few home truths. You know about Alex Ferguson with the hairdryer? Give me 5-10 minutes in that dressing room.
I'm actually cheating because I'm going to say India. That's where I've been recognised, and it's cheating because I spent about 6 or 7 years there. So yeah, but that's the furthest away from home that I've been recognised.
I've never been recognised. Yeah, I've never been recognised. I mean, feel free if anyone wants to come over and buy me a cider when I'm up there, but I've never been recognised.
I was spotted in the Manchester Football Museum by one of the staff members. That was quite strange, but probably the furthest is Cardiff. The night before we drew 0-0 with them, it was in the shopping centre, and someone shouted, "Hello Lee, you alright?" That was a bit strange, all the way down in Cardiff, but yeah, that's the furthest.
I'd probably say Cardiff. Me and Lee got recognised away from home at Cardiff when we played away there last season, and say hello, because it's nice to put a number or person behind the screen to a face.
I don't get recognised anywhere. No one recognises me at all, so that's the answer to the last one.
Yes, I was recognised at one of the York matches that I was commentating on.
Probably the furthest place I've been recognised, I'd probably say, is London. Yeah, I've had a couple of people say, "Are you that lad off the YouTube channel?" So yeah, so I'd probably say London.
I've got in-laws down in South Yorkshire, so I get recognised quite a bit down there. Away games, quite often people will come up and just chat a bit about the football and stuff, which is great. I think West Brom this season, a couple of people came up, a couple of people shout my name and stuff like that.